Welcome to Minaret Talks. In the history of humankind, the prophets stand as beacons of truth, guidance, and wisdom. These extraordinary individuals were chosen by God to guide humanity, showing the way to righteousness and steering them away from falsehood. Their lives and teachings continue to inspire people of all faiths, especially in Islam. Understanding the stories of the prophets allows us to gain insights into the divine message they brought to the world, and through their lives, we see the unfolding of God's wisdom and mercy. In this video, we will explore the fascinating and inspiring prophet stories, highlighting the truth and guidance they carried for their people. We will delve deep into the lessons from the stories of the prophets, recount their journeys, and understand how their lives continue to be relevant today. The prophets were chosen by God to guide humanity toward truth and justice. They came at times when societies were straying from righteousness, bringing divine revelations that taught people to live morally upright lives. The stories of the prophets illustrate how these men of God worked tirelessly to bring their communities back to the path of truth and faith. Prophets like Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Muhammad, peace be upon them, played pivotal roles in shaping the moral and spiritual fabric of human society. Each prophet's story carries unique lessons that resonate through the ages, and these lessons are preserved in all prophets' stories. Whether you are exploring prophet stories in Islam or learning about the prophets in other faiths, their enduring legacies are central to understanding the human connection with God. Islam holds the prophets in high regard, considering them to be the bearers of God's message across time. From the first prophet, Adam, to the final prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon them, the stories of the prophets in Islam highlight key moments of revelation, struggle, and triumph. The Islamic stories of the prophets emphasize their unwavering commitment to God's message, often in the face of immense challenges and opposition. For instance, the story of Prophet Noah, peace be upon him, is a tale of patience and perseverance. Despite preaching for 950 years, only a small group of people followed him. His story, which is part of Islam prophet stories, teaches us the value of persistence in the face of adversity. Similarly, the story of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, illustrates faith and devotion, as he was tested with some of the most difficult trials by God, yet remained firm in his belief. These prophet stories, Islam, serve as reminders of the eternal struggle between truth and falsehood. One of the most captivating stories of the prophets is the story of Prophet Joseph, peace be upon him. His life is a tale of resilience, patience, and divine wisdom. Betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery, Yusuf's journey from the depths of a well to becoming a powerful minister in Egypt is an example of God's plan unfolding in mysterious ways. His ability to forgive, his wisdom in handling adversity, and his unwavering faith in God are central themes in this Islamic story of prophets. Through the stories of prophets like Yusuf, we learn about the virtues of patience and forgiveness. Yusuf's story is especially beloved in Islamic stories of prophets, and it carries a message of hope for those who face trials in their lives. The story of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, is one of the most powerful prophet stories in Islam. From his birth and survival as an infant in the river, to his confrontation with Pharaoh. Musa's life is filled with miraculous events and divine interventions. One of the most famous moments in all prophets' stories is when Musa parted the Red Sea by God's command, saving the children of Israel from Pharaoh's tyranny. His leadership, his conversation with God on Mount Sinai, and the 10 Commandments he received are critical components of prophets' stories in Islam. This story highlights the importance of faith, leadership, and obedience to God's will, which are key themes in prophet stories. The final and most beloved prophet in Islam is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. His life, preserved through countless prophet stories, Islam offers a comprehensive example of how to live a righteous and fulfilling life. The stories of the Prophet Muhammad emphasize his honesty, compassion, and leadership, making him the ideal role model for Muslims. From the early revelations in the cave of Hira to his migration hijrah from Mecca to Medina, every moment of Muhammad's life holds deep significance. The Islamic stories of the Prophet recount his dedication to spreading the message of Islam, his trials, and his ultimate triumph in establishing a community based on justice, equality, and faith. Through prophet stories, Islam, we see how Muhammad's teachings continue to shape the lives of Muslims worldwide. The stories of the prophets are not merely historical accounts. They are timeless lessons for humanity. Each prophet's story reflects the eternal struggle between truth and falsehood, good and evil. The Islamic stories of prophets teach us to remain steadfast in our faith, to be kind and just, and to trust in God's plan even when times are tough. From Prophet Adam, peace be upon him, and the story of the Prophet Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, and his miraculous birth, these prophets' stories provide guidance on how to live a life that is pleasing to God. Whether you are exploring English prophet stories or studying them in other languages, the core message remains the same. The prophets were the bearers of truth and guidance for all of humanity. The stories of the prophets are a treasure trove of wisdom and guidance. Their lives and teachings have been passed down through generations, offering us valuable lessons on faith, morality, and perseverance. As we reflect on these prophet stories, we are reminded of the timeless values they represent: truth, justice, and unwavering faith in God. By understanding the stories of the prophets, we connect with a rich spiritual heritage that continues to influence our lives today. Whether you are reading the Islamic stories of prophets or learning about them through other religious traditions, the message of the prophets remains relevant and inspirational. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the stories of the prophets, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos on this and other inspiring topics.